Hi, welcome to another tale from the Magic Story Cauldron. This is one from Wales, from many, many years ago. It's based on a true story. It's the story of the Hound Gelert. It was in Wales, somewhere about the year 1200, that Prince Llewellyn had castle at Aber. Parts of the tower remain to this day, as does the coffin of Llewellyn's consort, the Princess Joan, a daughter of King John. Llewellyn was a great hunter of wolves and foxes, for the hills of Carnarvonshire was home to many in those days, after the young lambs. Knowing the prince's love of hunting, King John had given him a wedding gift of a fine, fine hound called Gelert. Now the prince had several hunting lodges, and one of them was at the place that is now the village of Beth Gelert, for the wolves were very thick there in those days. The prince used to travel from lodge to lodge with his family and friends when going on these hunting parties. One season they went out hunting from Aber and stopped at the Beth Gelert lodge. The prince had all his hounds with him, but his favourite was Gelert, a hound who for 6 years never let off a wolf. The prince loved the dog like a child, and at the sound of his horn, Gelert was always the first to come bounding up. There was company at the lodge, and one day they went hunting, leaving Llewellyn's wife and their infant son behind him at the lodge. The hunting party killed 3 or 4 wolves, and about 2 hours before the word passed for returning home, Llewellyn missed Gelert, and he asked the huntsman, "Where's Gelert? I don't see him." "Well, indeed, master, I've missed him this past half hour." And Llewellyn blew his horn, but no Gelert came to the sound. Indeed, unbeknown to Llewellyn, Gelert had got onto a wolf's track which led back to the house. The prince sounded the return, and they went home, the prince lamenting Gelert, worried that he had been killed, and lamenting the possibility, "Oh, my Gelert, what has happened to you?" They approached the house. The prince went into the house and into the room where the baby was. What did he see but Gelert lying by the overturned cradle and blood all about the room? "What? Hast thou slain my child?" said the prince, and right away ran his sword through the dog's heart. As he did so, Gelert yelped in pain, and at the sound, the baby also cried out. Llewellyn lifted the overturned cradle to find the infant lying there, alive and well. And behind the upturned cradle, there he saw something else. There lay the dead body of the biggest wolf he had ever seen. "Oh, Gelert, Gelert," said the prince, "my favourite hound, my brave and faithful hound, thou hast been slain by thy master's hand, and in death thou hast licked thy master's hand." He patted the dog, but it was too late, and dear Gelert indeed died licking his master's hand. Next day, they made a coffin and had a regular funeral, same as if it were for a human being, and everybody was in deep mourning. They made him a grave, and the village called after the dog Beth Gelert, Gelert's grave. And the prince planted a tree and put a gravestone of slate, and they are to be seen to this day. The sad story of the hound Gelert, and what can happen when we jump to conclusions too quickly. See you soon for another tale from the Magic Story Cauldron. Bye for now.